Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 1 language arts. You can you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select language arts from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 2, grade 1 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. So that is a review session. We have already done all the lessons once. Now I'm doing the review session. So today we're going to cover the lesson contractions. If you want to learn any specific lesson, you can just write down the lesson name in the chat box. For the next session or probably today, I will cover the lesson if you want to do. Let's just start with the lesson contractions. So here I am on grade 1 language arts. The chapter we're going to start with is contractions. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is form, pronoun, verb, contractions. So let's just start with the lesson. So first we're going to learn what is the contraction. Here is the definition of the contraction. A contraction is a short form of two words. That is a short form. The words are put together and some letters are left out. Got it? We put together two words and some of the letters were left out. An apostrophe shows there are where the letters are left out. So the when where we left out the letters, there we put a apostrophe. Got it? Like you can say I am, we can say I'm. So we left a, so we put apostrophe there. Got it? Then you will, we say you will, that is a short form of you will. Got it? You left out wi and you put an apostrophe there. Got it? So the contraction of it will is it'll. Got it? You can skip wi and you can put apostrophe there. Got it? So that is basically a contraction is a short form of two words. You skip some of the words and where you left out the letters, there you will put the apostrophe. Got it? Apostrophe is the comma that is here up on the upside of the it. Got it? On the top of it. Let's just start with the practice question. Fill in the contraction that match the words it will. So how do we write it will as a contraction? That is option number 1. You can write it as it'll. Got it? You can skip wi and you can put apostrophe there. It would be it'll. Got it? Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, fill in the contraction that match the words they are. So you can write they are as, which is the correct option, option 1 or option 2? You can write it as option number 1. There. Got it? You skip a and you put apostrophe there. Got it? Okay, the correct option is option number 1. Okay, the next one is fill in the contraction that match the word they will. So which is the correct option? You can write it as they'll. You can skip W and I from will and you can put apostrophe there. Got it? So the correct option is option number 1. They'll. You can skip WI and put apostrophe there. Okay, the next one is fill in the contraction that match the words he will. How do you write he will? You can write them as he'll. Got it? Option number 2 is the correct option. It would be option number 2. W and I will be missed and it would be hail. Okay, the next one is fill in the contraction that match the word I will. How do you write I will? It would be I'll. Option number 1 is the correct option. You have to make you have to skip W and I and then you have to write I'll. Got it? Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is fill in the contraction that match the words it is, which is the correct option, option 1 or option 2. So you have two options, it's or it's. You have to, the correct option is the one with the apostrophe. Got it? That would be the second one. It is, and you could say it's. Got it? It would be the second one. Okay, the next one is we will. So how do you write we will? Option 1 or option 2? That is option number 1, will. Got it? Option number 1 is the correct option. You can skip wi from the will and you can put apostrophe there. So that would be option number 1. Okay, fill in the contractions that match the words she is. So which is the correct option? Option 1 or 2? It would be option number 2. She's. Got it? Option number 2 is the correct option. That is option number 2. She's. Okay, fill in the contraction that match the words you will. So which is the correct option? Correct option is the second one, you will. You can skip W and I from the will. So it would be you always skip some of the letters from the second word, not from the first. Got it? So it would be you will. The second option is the correct. You will. The second option is the correct one. You can put apostrophe when you skip W and I. Fill in the contraction that match the words we are. So which is the correct option? That would be where. Option number we are and we are. The second option is the correct one. You can skip A from the R and put apostrophe there. So it would be we are. Got it? Okay, the next one is I am. How do you write I am? Option 1 or 2? Option number, you always put apostrophe on the top side, not on the bottom. Got it? It's not a comma, it's an apostrophe. Got it? So that the correct option is option number 1. I'm. Got it? Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Okay, the next one is for contractions with form contractions with not. So how do we form contractions with not? Let's just look at the a contraction is a here is a definition of the contraction. A contraction is a short form of two words. The words are put together and some letters are left out. Like you put together both the words and some of the letters were put out from the second word. Got it? An apostrophe shows where the letters are left out. You can make contractions with the word not. Got it? Drop the letter O and put an apostrophe in its place. Like wherever you are going to make the contractions with not, you always skip O and you can put apostrophe there. Like is not, you can say isn't. You skip O and you put apostrophe there. Then has not, you can say hasn't. Got it? Cannot, you can say can't. Got it? If cannot is a special case. In the cannot, you drop two letters N and O. Got it? From not, you can skip two letters N and O you can see here. And you can write it as can't, C-A-N and apostrophe T. Got it? Let's just start with the practice questions. Let's see how do we make a, contractions with the word not. Got it? Fill in the contractions that match the words was not. How do you make contractions with was not? You can make wasn't. Got it? Option number one is the correct option. You can skip O from the not. You can put both the word was and not together. You can skip O and you can put an apostrophe there. So it would be wasn't. Option number one is the correct option. Got it? Wasn't. You skip O and put an apostrophe there. It would be wasn't. It's okay. You can just listen to me carefully. I'll explain again how do we make. Got it? Okay, basically we are going to make contractions with the word not. Got it? How do we make? Whenever we have to make the contractions with the word not, what is contraction? Contraction is basically we write together two words, do and not. They are two different words. You're going to write them together, do not. When you make them together, you can skip some of the letters from the second word and you can put apostrophe there, like do not. You can skip O from the not and see you have an apostrophe there in between N and O. You hear N and T because you skipped O. So it would be don't. You can write do not as don't. Don't is the contraction of do not. Option number one is the correct option. Fill in the contraction that match the words cannot. So how do you write the contraction with cannot? You have to skip two letters here, N and O, both from not. You can skip two letters from not here and you can put apostrophe there. So it would be can't. The second option is the correct one. You can say cannot as can't. The second option is the correct one. Then you have has not. How do you make contraction with has not? It would be hasn't. The second option is the correct one. You have to, you can skip O from the not and you can put an apostrophe there. So it would be hasn't. Got it? Option number two is the correct option. Okay, the next one is are not. How do you write are not? You have to skip O from the not, and you can skip and you can put an apostrophe there, so it would be aren't. Got it? So option number two is the correct option. It is aren't. Okay, the next one is not. How do you write is not? You can skip O from the not. It would be isn't. You can write it as isn't. You can skip O, so it would be isn't. Okay, the next one is fill in the contraction that match the words does not. So which is the correct option? Option one or option two? You can skip O from the not and it would be doesn't. Option number two is the correct option. That would be doesn't. Option number two is the correct option. Okay, the next one is have not. So how do you make the contraction from have not? You have to skip O from the not and you have to put apostrophe there, so it would be haven't. Got it? Option number two is the correct option. You have to put apostrophe there, so it would be haven't. The second option is the correct one. Got it? Okay, fill in the contraction that match the word did not. How do you make the contraction from the word did not? It would be you have to skip left out O from the not and you have to put apostrophe there, so it would be didn't. Option number two is the correct option, that is didn't. It would be the second option, didn't is the correct one. Fill in the contraction that match the word were not. How do you write were not? You have to skip O from the not and you have to put an apostrophe there, so it would be weren't. Got it? The second option is the correct one. Yes, it would be the second one, warrant. You have to replace left out O and put T there, put apostrophe there. Okay, the next one is was not. How do you write was not? It would be, you have to skip O, so it would be wasn't. Got it? The second option, you always have to select the one with the apostrophe. Got it? So the second one is the correct option. The next one is not. So how do you write is not, which is the correct option? It is the second one. Isn't is the correct option. Got it? You have to skip O, so it would be, yes, very good. It would be isn't. The second option is the correct one. You can just write option number one or two, like if you don't know how to write. Then you have not. How do you write have not? You have to skip O and apostrophe, put apostrophe there. It would be haven't. It would be haven't. The second option is the correct one. Very good. Okay, how do you write does not? Does not. How do you write does not? Yeah, the second option is the correct one. It would be doesn't. How do you write do not? Yes, it would be don't. The second option is the correct one. Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just move on to next one. The next one is complete the sentence with the correct contraction. Okay, again, here is the definition of the contraction. A contraction is a short form of two words. The words are put together and letters are left out. An apostrophe shows the letters are left out. So you can write is not as isn't. He is, he's. The contraction can't is a special. It is the short form of cannot. To make action, drop the letters N and O and put an apostrophe in their place. So you can write cannot as can't. Same is the case, you can make won't is also a special. It is short form of will not, so you can write it as won't. Got it? Let's just start with the practice questions. The next one is the zoo dash open today. So which is the correct option? Wasn't, his, he'll, and aren't. Which is the correct option? You have to put best contraction. So which is the correct option? The zoo wasn't open today. Got it? Because he, she, you can use with, it would be wasn't. The zoo wasn't open today. Complete the sentence with the best contraction. Dash a girl. I'll, it's, they'll, didn't. Which is the correct option? It's a baby girl. The correct option is it's a baby girl. Okay, the next one is dash bring cookies to the picnic. Doesn't, they'll, was, they'll bring cookies to the picnic. Got it? The correct option is no, I dash hear any loud noises. So which is the correct option? Didn't, hasn't, she's, it's. Which is the correct option? Didn't hear any loud noises. Complete the sentence with the best contraction. We dash ready for the big game. Doesn't, he's, aren't, can't. Which is the correct option? We aren't ready for the big game. Dash be nice to see Aunt Jen again. Which is the correct option? Hasn't, she's, it's, doesn't. It'll be nice to see. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 1 language arts. The chapter we're working on is contractions. Please make sure you can complete the session lesson by yourself later today. That's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.